Can you guys hear me now? What's up, guys? You got it on? In classic Rob fashion, it's got to be some fucked up streaming bullshit. I don't know why it did that. What's up, guys? Man, the myth, the legend. I can do your screen name, Terry Hesticles. Some of y'all are nuts, dude. Some of y'all shouldn't be allowed to be making those screen names, dude. You guys are on a rampage. I gave my cat some of this catnip shit, the smarty cat catnip shit, dude. She's just fucking rolling on it, like fucking eating it and rubbing it all over her face and just fucking craziness. Look at her, dude. Look at this. Look at this shit. Fucking loves it, dude. She's over here rolling a joint with it. Like, I didn't even know cats could roll joints. I wasn't even aware. Here, get on my back. Get on my back. There it is. There she is on my back. Cat's crazy, man. Yeah, she's a good kitty, I gotta say. Pretty good kitty. I know. It's tough in these kitty streets. I figure we'd I don't know. I didn't know anything about ads. I don't got ads set up on it. I don't really stream on here very often, so I don't know anything about ads. What are you doing? Yeah, if you subscribe, you won't get ads. Just subscribe to me. Joe Savage is right. But I was thinking about getting some little Rom action going here. We got YouTube's been bad with ads for fucking ever, dude. Forever. Get back. What are you doing? Make sure I got the right folder up here. I don't know. You guys always like these ROM streams, so see, maybe play a little bit, see what's going on here. ROM time. I know you guys like them. You guys are fiending for them. Top ramen. No, PS2. I think PS2 is just like right on the verge of like just being too much. Like the files are being too big, and you gotta fiddle with the emulator a little bit too much. And honestly, there's not a lot of PS2 games that I think I would even play. Like, you guys know me, like PS2 is kind of where I kind of stopped gaming for a while anyways. And a lot of those games were, you know, not really my favorite games. You download a terabyte of PS2 games, oh yeah. See, my dad was talking to me about the Master System the other day. He remembered that we had a Master System for like a very short period of time when I was a younger kid, but it is definitely not my favorite. Trying to think what would be a good. Let's just get something simple up here. Something on Super Nintendo or something. What would you guys like to see here? I tell you what I've been playing. I've been playing those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games on the Cowabunga collection. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, I kind of got far and I almost beat it. And I'm kind of addicted to it now. I've never been really good with the beat 'em up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. Here we go, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade. We play a little bit of that. Started off with Donkey Kong Country is a good one too. Let me make sure I don't got any audio here. There we go. Here, hold on. Damn. Where's my fucking volume spinner thing here? Hold on. There it is. What you doing, baby girl, huh? What are you doing, sweet pea? Oh my goodness. Have you gotten any games off the Steam summer sale? No, I haven't gotten anything off Steam. I know that the Amazon Prime shit is gonna start here pretty soon, so I'll probably be rocking that. I don't know, man. There's not really, like, I would really. I know it's kind of crazy because somebody sent me one. I should own it, but I would really like to get a PS5 if I can find a PS5 for cheap. I'd really like to get a PS5 because that's where I really excel with streaming. I feel is PS5 and shit like that. And I'd like to get another one. I had, like I said, I had to sell it when I was like completely broke at one point. This game's actually interesting. I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but well, first of all, how's the sound? Does it sound okay? I can turn it down and shit. Does it sound alright? Sounds perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know if you guys are aware, but the Japanese version of this game is actually a lot easier than the American version. Like, it's kind of crazy that they always did that shit back in the day, and they did it for one reason, is because that we could rent games and then Japanese people couldn't. So they would make these games harder, and their thought process was like, we need to make them as hard as possible so they don't beat them in like a rental period. But that thought process just doesn't make any sense to me, you know? Like, it's like saying if you ever beat a game, you're never going to want to play it again. Like, if the game's fun, kids are going to want to play it over and over again. Like, to me, it's like the most like short-sighted bullshit ever. So, like, instead you're going to make your game like completely impossible and hard and like almost fucking horrible to play just so like a kid doesn't beat it in a rental period. Like, when I was a kid, I used to beat the games I could complete. I used to beat them over and over again. So, like, the thought process is just like mystifying to me, and it always feels like there should be like more to that explanation than that. And, yeah, Astrotech, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like saying, oh, well, once those Americans, once they beat a game, they just throw it in the trash. It's just like, what? I mean, it's just mental, dude. Like, I mean, like, American video gamers had to get real good real fucking quick, dude. I mean, one of the first games I ever beat, I remember, was Chester Cheetah Wild Wild Quest on the Super Nintendo. And going back, I haven't beat that game since I was a kid. I don't even know how I even completed it, because the slowdown and the shit that game expects you to do is just fucking ridiculous. And it's crazy, the thinking of that shit, dude. I mean, and then, you know, really, like, Japanese people have, like, a history of, like, being really good at games. So here, you know, here they are getting, like, the really good version, like, the really easy versions of games. And here we are getting the hard versions. I mean, and so technically we're like better gamers over here in the West. Because we gotta put up with this shit. Like, literally, the Famicom version of this game is night and day. It's on the Cowabunga collection. The hardest game I ever beat as a kid... Oh, man. I don't know. I have to think about that one. That's actually a good question. Probably Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I did both quests on that game when I was a kid. I remember we had this store called Video Game Exchange over in Springfield, and my dad let me go pick out a game, and you could like play the games before you bought them at the store, so it was like really cool. And when you play Super Ghouls and Ghosts just for a second, you don't really realize how hard it is. So I only had like, you know, a couple minutes to play it, and so I picked that game, and I knew right when I got home that I'd made a big fucking mistake, because that game was just ridiculous. As soon as it gets to the water, you know, like pushing you off the rocks part, like halfway through the first level, you know right off the get that you're in for something fucking crazy here. And but it makes you a better gamer. I almost bought Dark Souls on the Switch the other day, but I don't know, man. I've almost played that game too much. I'm almost Dark Souls out. I haven't really developed like a really good strategy for a lot of these boss fights. Like, they almost seem random in like their difficulty. This guy's kicking my ass. Yeah, this guy... There are bosses that are like pretty easy that I can do without getting hit pretty much, but some of them aren't even worth doing any kind of strategy on, in my opinion. See, I didn't really... You know, I got into Turtles when I was a really young kid. But by the time I was really gaming, I wasn't really into Turtles anymore. I was more into Power Rangers and shit like that. By the time these games were out, I was kind of done with Turtles. You know, because this game's like 91, or 1990, 91. And I was, you know, I was pretty young when this game came out. I was 4 years old. By the time I was able to, like, really play video games, I was already done with Turtles. And the only thing I really had of Turtles when I was a kid, I had, like, a few VHS tapes with, like, some Turtles episodes on it. But it's kind of crazy that they make this game so much harder, but they still keep this crazy OP super move with the hop slash that kills these enemies in one hit. I would think they would take this out too, but if they took this move out, it'd probably be just impossible. And like not even fun to play, so I'm glad they kept it in. But they took out like little moves you can do too. Like you can change like directions with your kicks and stuff in midair in the Japanese version, and you can hold the slash button down and just jump and do the special move. So it's just really strange, like how much harder they made it. Did you ever beat any of the Shantae games? Yeah, I did. I beat like the first 3 or 4 of them. I really like those games. I kind of always hated the title, like Shantae. I don't know, man. It sounds like a character in one of the Friday movies or something. Like, oh man, Shantae's coming to borrow my microwave, man. Here we go. Hide your chain. And, like, it's just so goofy. Like, I think Shantae is just a goofy fucking name for a game. I don't like it. I do love the Friday movies though, dude. That shows you like how like not racist whatsoever my family was. Like when I was a kid, like. Dude, it was a common experience to have Chris Tucker movies and shit like that on the TV at all times. Dude, I must have watched Friday a million times when I was a kid, and it was just completely normal to me. It was just funny. I liked them. Rush Hour. I mean, my mom actually took us to see Rush Hour 3 as either 2 or 3. No, it was 2. When we were kids once, she saved up her money and brought us, and I'll never forget that. Friday's hilarious, dude. There's a few years back, I was getting McDonald's, and I don't know what caused it, but the girl said something that kind of sounded like a Friday quote on the other side of the speaker box, and then I reiterated the quote, and then like we went back and forth doing Friday lines on the speaker box. I should have got that girl's number. She was obviously into me. That's one of those like, oh yeah, I should have made a move, you know, it was 20 years ago. I didn't have no self-esteem back then anyway. Oop, I think I got the cracked the code on this guy. Oh, maybe not. God damn it. See, this is kind of what I do with these bosses. I get like kind of annoyed, and then I just end up doing stupid shit. You got knocked the fuck out. Come on, dude. Ah, you son of a bitch. It's always funny how Friday misquoted Scarface. Another Quaalude and let me... yeah. Yeah. I want to start over. I don't want to die on the second level. I never got to try Quaaludes. They're a little bit before my time. I probably would have enjoyed them quite a bit. I need to get the boss fights down a little bit better before I really tackle this game. I got to the 6th level today when I was playing on the Switch. Why are you bringing up old shit? It always pissed me off, like, when I'd watch it as a kid, I'd be like, you know, Smokey's going around trying to take a shit, like, nobody's letting him in his house. Like let the motherfucker come in and take a shit. Like, goddamn, dude. And it's just like, what are you... bunch of fucking rude-ass motherfuckers that you live around. Like, goddamn, dude. I can't imagine a time to where, like, you know, everybody knows Smokey. It's like, you don't like this guy enough to let him come in and take a shit? Like, I mean, everybody knows the feeling of, like, the emergency shit. And how horrible a feeling that is. Like, let this motherfucker take a shit. Goddamn. If I was in an emergency shit situation and somebody denied me, that'd be the last time I ever talked to that motherfucker, dude. For sure. The hit detection on this game is really strange. They made it a lot better in the 3rd game, but in this second game, it's, unless you're doing this like little special move, it's kind of really awkward to hit people with your fucking attacks. Eating up all the pig's feet. I like pig's feet. Dude, that's one, like, specialty that I can't do, dude. I can't eat. Pig's feet is gross. I've tried. I've bought the jars of them. Dude, it's literally a gelatinous mess of fucking bones and gristle in, like, a jar. It's the most disgusting thing ever, dude. It looks like something off that Blob movie, when that Blob would, like, eat that fucking person and shit. And, like, dissolve them. That's what it looks like. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's probably some, like, ways to cook pig's feet that isn't, you know, store brand shit, but that's disgusting, dude. And I've had chitlins before, and, dude, I can't get past the smell. Like, I don't know if anybody in here ever eats that shit on the regular, but goddamn, dude. It basically is, but it literally smells like you're cooking up a straight butthole up in the fucking kitchen and shit, dude. Like, it is nasty. Yeah, TMNT too, dude. What's up, no good goody? I remember that the job I had here last year, I had this, I ordered this dish from this, like, soul food restaurant that had chitlins with it. And, like, everybody I was working around was, like, fucking gagging and shit. And I was pretending not to have it bother me, but nah, the smell of chitlins, I can't get past it, dude. It's nasty. It shouldn't be eaten. It's bad. Like I said, there's a lot of, like, weird foods that I'll eat, dude. Like, I love natto, which is, like, fermented soybeans. I love sushi. Yeah, I love squid, octopus. Like, you know, you put all kinds of weird seafood in front of me, I'll eat it. But chitlins, it shouldn't be eaten, dude. It should be thrown away. It's a food that came from a time, you know, when they just toss that stuff out. Like, some people have, like, memories of it, but it's not good. It made Gordon Ramsay throw up. That's hilarious. You know, the funny thing about Gordon Ramsay is he's actually a super nice guy. That whole persona that like he does on the TV and shit, that's not him at all. I mean, I know you guys probably know this, but yeah, that's not him at all. Ooh, shit. I was getting really lucky with him. The funny thing is about Gordon Ramsay, like, if he just was himself, you know, like, and was just a nice guy, I think people would still watch him. You know, he's got a cool personality. You met Gordon Ramsay, he was in my hometown. Just the word chitlins off-putting enough it rhymes with... Yeah, dude, I mean, literally, like, when you buy chitlins and you're gonna eat them and shit, like, you have to wash them, because you gotta wash the shit off of them, like, literally. Like, if you just straight up, like, boil up some fucking chitlins, I mean, you're boiling up shit residue. I mean, it's like fucking intestines and shit. There's a taco stand that's near me that I get tacos from sometimes, and they have, like, weird meats, and they have, like, pork stomach, and beef tongue, and, like, all these different things, and they have chitlins that they'll put in it, too. And like I said, I'll get it every now and then, man, but the smell is rough. Yeah, you gotta wash meat, but this is a different thing, because, I mean, there's literal shit on it, and it stinks. Like, chitlins is nasty to clean and stuff. Like when you're cooking a steak, you know what I mean? Like, all you really have to do, like, when you're cooking a steak, you just gotta sear the outside and kill the germs on the outside. Because in the inside, it doesn't really permeate that muscle layer and stuff. Hamburger's different. You really should eat hamburger all the way well cooked. But steak, you just have to sear the outside of it. So you don't, you know, it's not too bad. But chitlins, dude, if you're gonna make some chitlins, you gotta clean the fuck out of them, because, I mean, there's literal fucking dookie on that shit, dude. It's crazy. It's gnarly. Like I said, though, this gnarly food I eat, dude, like I said, I will gladly partake in some natto. I don't know if you guys have ever tried natto. It's super good. I even got my dad eating it. He likes it now. It's really good for your stomach health and, like, you know, keeping you regular and stuff. It's super good. Gives you energy. Like, whenever you watch people online eat it, dude, it's not that bad. You'll see people eating it, and it's like they mix it up, and it's like these snot lines like stretch out, and it's like all sticky and everything. It's not like that, dude. Okay, it's not that intense. You don't gotta fucking make it like that. Just get some rice, put a thing of natto in the microwave for about a minute, 50 seconds, and put it on the rice. It's super good. Yeah, it's pinto beans, but it's fermented, so it's really strong. What it tastes like, what natto tastes like to me, is like, it's like pinto beans mixed with like a really strong cheese. It tastes more like cheese than beans. And that's kind of what it smells like, too. It kind of smells like a stinky feet cheese kind of thing. But it's really, really good for you. I hate when there's a guy on either side. I can't ever get away from not getting hit. In the Japanese version, those jump kicks will kill the enemies in one hit. Oh shit, son. Yeah, see, man, you know, doing really good. This is the thing you want to do. You want to have the enemies come down to you, and then you can hit them every time. Name some other weird foods I've probably eaten. I love sardines, man. I'll get a can of sardines and eat the whole fucking thing. No problem. This guy is probably best to just do the jump attack. Oh, damn it. See, he doesn't fire up in the air. Oh, damn it. You cocksucker. Yeah, see, a lot of people have memories of Turtles in Time and, you know, playing that game in the 90s and stuff, dude. And like I said, my friends, we didn't really get into Turtles, dude. You know, when I was in elementary school, by the time I was in school and stuff, like, Turtles was not a thing. It wasn't popular anymore by the time I was, like, in elementary school. It was all about Power Rangers. Now, I did play the Power Rangers game. Like, me and my best friend, one of my best friends at the time, he had the Game Gear Power Rangers game, and I had it too. And so whenever we would, like, get in lunchtime, we're always like, what's the best Game Gear game? Power Rangers. Who's the best villain in Power Rangers? Guy. And we had this, like, back and forth. He was fucking strange, dude. He used to... His mom would pack him fucking bologna and, like, bologna and, like, this weird fucking, like, iced tea thing to drink. And I always thought iced tea was fucking disgusting. But his mom would pack him bologna with no bread. Nothing. It was generally just slices of bologna. And this weird motherfucker would just eat holes in it like a spaceship, and he'd be flying it around, dude. He was a head case. He was a goofball. And we'd like play tag and stuff, and in school, and he would always think he could fly. He's like, fly, it's your only hope, fly. And he's like flapping his, dude. I'm surprised he ever got laid. It's incredible to me. He lives in Japan now, actually. Last time I talked to him. He weeabooed out. He got stationed over there or some shit. I feel kind of bad because at one point, like, I became pretty cool in school at one point. I was like the cool nerd, and I kind of shunned him. And I always like went back and like hung out with him later and apologized for it, but. Yeah, he was super goofy, dude. Couldn't bring him anywhere. See this hit detection is goof tree. Goofy, son. Baloney spaceship up in this motherfucking dude. You can't. I'm trying to get laid, bro. You can't be bringing the baloney spaceship around. Dude, I'm trying to touch a titty in this lifetime, dude. Put the fucking baloney spaceship away, you motherfucker. What's wrong with you? That's what kills me about some people, dude. Like, some people will never get laid. I don't understand why I'm not getting laid. Hey, anyways, check out my baloney spaceship. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You just answered your own question, son. What's wrong with you? I'm at that point in my life, dude. I'm 40. I'm almost 40 years old. I'm gonna be turning 40. Like, dude, sex is whatever to me anymore, dude. I've done everything there is to do. I really don't care anymore. Sex is like, when you reach my age, sex is a bonus. You know, if you get it, it's good times. But I've done everything there is to do. It is what it is. You can only do so much, dude. Those porno movies, they fucking lie to you anyways. Half them bitches ain't doing that shit anyways. Can barely get a bitch to suck a dick half the time anymore, dude. Fucking prude-ass bitches. Man, I'm really surprised they kept this OP-ass fucking jump slash in the game, dude. I really am. You see what I mean about this, like, hit detection? I'm like 4 miles away from these little, like, robot mice, dude, and it still hits them. You know, some people, like, want to say, like, this game's, like, vastly better than the original Turtles game on the NES, and I don't really think so, dude. Honestly, I like this game, but I think I would honestly rather play the original. I mean, as hard as the original is, I like the traditional side-scrolling nature of it. And I like the weirdness of it. I like the chainsaw enemies, and I like the music, and I like the, you know, like, just the openness of it, and, like, how the levels are all different. You got the underwater level, and I like you can choose any turtle at any time. It's just, I don't know, man. people give that game a lot of shit, and I have too. But, you know, the main problem with it is it's just too hard. Like, I don't know if the Japanese version of that game is significantly easier. Probably is, but... Hey, thanks, Oni Lord. Haven't given you a thing since you've been on Twitch. Hope you're on your way to getting... Oh, I think that... Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. 300 bits from Lord Miki. Yeah, all bits are highly appreciated, guys. If you guys want to donate for a game... I don't know what the bit rate and how they convert or anything is, but any kind of bits that you guys donate, I'll play whatever game you want. So we'll do it that way. But yeah, this has just been a really bad year, guys, and I'm trying to make the best of it and start a new page here. And only go up from here, you know what I mean? Dude, I think the Cowabunga collection is one of the best collections ever made. I mean, we're talking like 13, 14 games. I mean, even if you don't like all the games, there's liable to be one or two on it that you like. I mean, and like I say, and like you just said, $20. I mean, it's a cheap game. It's got a lot of extras. It's got all the box art, all the instruction manuals. Some would say the collection's worth it just for Turtles in Time alone. I think it's worth it just for the NES game and the arcade game alone. The only bad games I would say that's on the collection, really, is the Tournament Fighter games. I think are dog shit. And they always were, too. But if they weren't on the collection, people would complain, so... It's crazy how detailed that truck sprite is, and it's only in the game like 3 times and never again. And I love the little Pizza Hut, like, you know, product placement, dude. That's fucking crazy. Nowadays, they would patch that out. Actually, I think they did patch that out in the Cowabunga collection. Hey, that's crazy. Yeah, they patched that out. Pizza Hut's still really good, dude. I like Pizza Hut. If I'm gonna get some pizza, I'll get that shit. Oh, what's the Mega Man Legacy Collection? You guys gotta understand, I'm really behind on video game stuff. You guys have to fill me in. What's gonna be on that? Yeah, Pizza Hut's dank. It used to be even better. Same thing with Little Caesars used to be even better too. Then they went to the $5 footlong route. I think a pizza at Little Caesars is, what, $6 now? In areas that are not, like, California and expensive-ass places and shit. Has most versions of Mortal Kombat 1 through 4. That's pretty cool, but... honestly, I would want Deadly Alliance and, Deception and Apocalypse over 4. I really don't like 4. You prefer a proper New Jersey pie? Dude, I can't call pizzas pies, dude. In my eyes, they're just not a pie whatsoever. I don't know. When people it's like, oh, I'm gonna get me a delicious pie, you go get me a deep dish pie, I can't do it. To me, it doesn't even remotely resemble what I think of as a pie. But you guys gotta think. You guys gotta know. You remember though, like I'm really not a pizza person, dude. Like, as a kid, you know how it is, like, even nowadays at your jobs and stuff, they think a pizza party is, like, the equivalent of, like, giving you a raise and shit. And, oh, we're gonna have a pizza party, but even as a kid, they would throw these pizza parties, and I would never give a rat's ass, dude. Like, my mom would make pizza all the time. My mom was a gourmet chef and shit, dude. She was so good at cooking. And so I never gave a rat's ass about pizza. You know, my mom would make better fucking food in her sleep than any of this bullshit they would fucking get. And then, you know how it is, you go to the fucking pizza party, dude, and you get a paper plate with a fucking, a goddamn sliver of pizza that looks like a goddamn French fry on your plate. And they maybe, like, really fucking bust a nut and let you have 2 little French fry pieces. okay, and a Dixie cup full of fucking juice that's not even cold, and you forgot to refrigerate it, okay, and, you know, God help you if they bring out the mini muffins. Oh, it's a rave up in this bitch of that shit, you know. It was never worth the time, dude. I was disappointed too much from those types of parties, dude. I remember this, and I don't know if I told you guys this before, but, we had this, fun day. We would have, before, we would go out for summer break, we would have this, like, field day. We'd call it field day. And, we'd have games and different things that people could do. And, it was basically a free day from school. And I remember they had those flavorized popsicles, you know, the ones in the little plastic little plastic pouches or whatever. But some dumbass forgot to refrigerate them the fucking night before, so they're handing out just the juice. So they were slipping the top, and we were just sucking down the juice of these flavor ices, dude. I got literally sick, like throwing up off that shit because I was drinking too many of them. I've hated flavor ices ever since, dude. Because I used to do that as a kid. I used to fucking drink flavor ices like that until that day, and that was the end of that shit. It's disgusting. I'll never forget that. You remember field day? Hell yeah, dude. This boss weeds out the men from the boys here. If you can get him in the loop like that, you're good, but it's really hard to do. It's crazy how, like, you know, we all live like thousands of miles away from each other, but at the same time, we all had the same childhood, you know what I mean? Yeah, see, if you can get him in this loop right here. Oh, that was fucking baller. Oh, come on now. See, he's not going the other way. Oh, you cock dick. Oh, you fucking ballsack gargler. Shit, I don't know where I was going with that. Have you seen my childhood, son? Do they even still do field day at school? I don't fucking know. Because we can't, you know, offend anybody that don't have fields. We want to offend anybody that's not able to participate or any other bullshit. Well, when I grew up, we weeded out the weak, dude. We weeded out them motherfuckers at the beginning of the year with dodgeball. We'd slam the fucking weak kids in the face with a dodgeball and fucking put them in the hospital and get rid of them for the rest of the year. We ain't got no time for that nonsense. I mean, it was, dude, dodgeball was life and death back in the day, dude. What do I think of honey buns? I ate too many of them, dude. When I used to smoke weed, me and my friend would go to the gas station and raid the fucking snacks over there, and I used to always rock them fucking honey buns, dude. And I can't eat them anymore. Like, if I ever went to jail, I'd definitely be selling all my honey buns. Craziest injury I ever seen in school? Craziest injury I ever seen is this big giant kid that used to always be in trouble with the cops all the time, but people used to fuck with him all the time anyways. But he would get into fights all the fucking time. I mean, this guy was like 6'9", 250, in like the 4th grade, dude. I'll never forget it. And this one guy kept fucking with him all the time, and I was in the other class, but I heard about it. And I guess he punched this kid so fucking hard, he laid him out, and he started going into fucking seizures and convulsions on the ground and stuff. From that day onward, nobody fucked with that fucking kid, dude. I don't even know why people fuck with him anyways. But there was one time, dude, he fucked with me. He butted in front of me in a line one time, and I didn't want to look like a bitch because he did it in front of everybody. And so, like, I got, like, I wanted to say nose to nose, but I got, you know, nose to chest with this guy. I'm like, dude, you better get your fat fucking titties out of my fucking face and get in the back of this fucking line, dude. You're not gonna do this, you know, right now. I'm not doing this with you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'll fight you right now. And I was trying to create as much ruckus as I could to try to, like, get it separated before this guy was to, like, straight up murder me. And, like, you know how it is, it's not happening. So, like, I'm, like, standing there, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to die. I'm like, you know, I want to call my mom and, you know, say goodbye to her, because that was it. And, like, literally at the last second, dude, like, teachers came up and, like, separated us. But I was just like, I'll never forget that. I'm like, I told him to get his fat titties out of my face. It was crazy. Me and him were friends after that. He said he couldn't believe that I stood up to him like that. Because I was tall, but I was like 100 pounds, 120 pounds wet. You know, I mean, I wasn't a tough person. But he ended up being a cool guy. It's just, he was so big and stuff, people always wanted to fuck with him all the time, try to prove themselves. He would have killed me. And then there was this guy that used to fuck with me on the bus all the time. He was, like, and my bus would, like, pick up the high school kids as well as us. It was weird. So we had, like, way older kids in the front of the bus and then the younger kids in the back. And this one guy would always try to trip me as I was getting on the bus. He put his foot out, try to trip me. And a couple times he did. I almost fell down. And my mom told me, my mom's like, get on that bus and you step on that motherfucker's foot, dude. Next time he does that, don't let him trip you. And I did. That day, I got on, he put his foot out, and I fucking stomped that motherfucker's foot, like, right there on the bus, dude. And he got up, he's like, what the fuck? And then the bus driver's like, she stopped the bus, she's like, sit your fucking ass down. She's like, Rob, go back in the back and sit down. I never got in trouble. She saw it happen, she told me. She's like, I saw him trying to trip you. She's like, don't do it again, but I understand why you did it. It was awesome. He would have killed me, too. I've had some close calls here. He would have murderized me. It was sweet payback, though, man. That was great. I'm doing pretty good on this game. I haven't used a continue yet. I already got my 1-up. You get a 1-up every 200 points. Yeah, bus driver was pretty cool. She was a bitch most of the time, but she appreciated when kids would stand up for themselves. My health is fine. I'm good, guys. I'm good. The only time I was really sick is when I was doing drugs and shit. I'm not doing drugs anymore. I've just been, you know, really depressed with, you know, what happened with my mom and everything else going on. But I'm good. God damn it. This boss is hard to get a... What the fuck? See, the bosses are weird. Like, this should have been, like, the first boss. I would say this guy's harder than the first boss. I mean, this guy's easier than the first boss. I guess it's just like a timing thing. I guess they, you know, think your timing is good enough. This guy's got one more health than the first boss. What's up, Stone? You can subscribe, dude, and you won't get ads no more. Oh, man, I almost got to get this fucking... They went heavy with the Pizza Hut on this fucking shit, dude. It's making me want some damn Pizza Hut. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm just starting out on this Twitch and shit, guys, so, you know, all this stuff's really new to me and whatnot. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm going to grab my beverage. Okay, got my... Oh, shit. Got my Gatorade action here. I don't drink energy drinks anymore, dude. I've like lost my taste for them. I can't deal with them. Like, since I've dropped energy drinks, first of all, I've lost a lot of weight since I've dropped energy drinks, but my stomach's not nearly as bad as it was, dude. This is a kind of a long game. This is like, what, the 4th level? I mean, there's still like 4 more levels to this game. I mean, it's pretty lengthy. For a, you know, an NES beat-em-up. And the 3rd game's even longer. Yeah, this stage music's fucking badass. But when it comes to beat-em-ups and music, though, man, Streets of Rage wipes the floor with this mess. Ain't even close. But yeah, this is my favorite song in the game, I think. These are really the only guys you hit with, like, the normal sword slashes. And this game's stingy with the fucking pizzas, dude. I think there's, like, maybe 4 slices. I mean, they're, like, promoting Pizza Hut out the ass, but they give you, like, fucking couple little fucking French fry pieces, field day pieces throughout the whole fucking game. It's ridiculous. They could have balanced it better. Like, the Japanese version's too easy, but, you know, this one's just too hard. And I'm getting to the point... Yeah, I always lose interest around this part, too. Stone, you're not wrong. But I'm getting to the point, like, I'm getting to the point where I don't really like D-pads anymore. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm playing my games more and more with, like, with an actual stick, like, whether it's on the Switch or otherwise. To where, I mean, D-pads kind of hurt my fucking fingers anymore, the older I'm getting. And, I'm getting used to, like, controlling 2D games with a stick. I used to hate it. But I kind of like it. I kind of want to get a, like an arcade stick and play that way. See if I would like it or not. Oh shit. I hate these guys. You'd think that tire would be for some kind of use, but it really isn't. Work party pieces, do you? Yeah. Little cigarette pieces. And, you know, like, I'll give teachers credit, you know, a lot of times these pizza parties, they were on their dime, but, look, you know, I only... If 5 or 6 fucking large pizzas are gonna bankrupt these teachers, dude, I mean, then we got problems here. And it is probably true, to some extent, but goddamn, dude, it ain't that much. It used to always blow my mind, like, when I would watch Home Alone back in the day, and it was like $365 for all the pizzas they ordered at the beginning scene of that movie, and I was just like, god damn. You know what I mean? Like, I watched that, I'm just like, I've never, at that point in my life, I've never had that much money. I've never had that much money, you know, in my entire life, so it was just like, they're ordering that pizza. And I remember asking my parents, it's like, what do they do for a living? And, like, to this day, nobody fucking even knows what that dad does for a living in that fucking movie. See, I never was involved with no Chinese food parties. I can imagine what the fucking room smells like with that fucking shit, with Chinese food stinkers and... BO, Chinese farts, and old leftovers. Ugh. I'm gonna be within 50 feet of that room. Dad was in the Mafia, hell yeah. You probably had kids being extra nice to you. For that reason alone. What's the worst console of all time? Probably the Virtual Boy. I mean, if you take the stats and the games and the figures and you crunch all the numbers, I'm gonna have to go the Virtual Boy has nothing redeeming about it. You know, that can't, I mean, there's nothing redeeming. I mean, you could say, like, the Master System, but it, you know, it has a following in, like, Brazil and stuff. I would say, yeah, the R-Zone's not really a console, though. N-Gage, yeah. But if you had a phone, if you had an N-Gage back then, it was still pretty cool, you know what I mean? It was a phone that played fucking some halfway decent looking games. I remember playing around with my buddies one time, and it was okay. It was a decent phone. It was weird talking into it, though. Yeah, the Master System is like Brazil's NES. It's really weird. I don't think the Master System has a very good lineup of games, though, in my opinion. Like I said, I don't know if I would count the Ouya. I mean, we're talking. Let's say, like, what's the worst console by a major game developer that really tried to actually be something big? And if that's the case, then I gotta go Virtual Boy, dude. I mean, you guys, Nintendo made it, and it was bad. I don't even think it sold 1 million units. I remember trying it out at Sears when it first came out, and I remember my dad asking me, he was like, "You want that for Christmas?" I was like, "No." It's stupid. Who wants to play a game in all red? Like you just had a stroke or something, dude. Like, oh, everything looks like you're in hell. It's just awful. The turtles weren't wearing their seatbelts. I was reading about when the PS3 came out, and I guess that Gabe Newell was not kind whatsoever about his thoughts with the with the PS3. I completely forgot he said it was like basically a waste of everyone's time. It's so funny to me. To be as badass as Gabe Newell, to where you're like, you can burn that fucking Sony bridge and not give a fuck is just awesome. I mean, they didn't even, like, do the orange box themselves. Like, they, like, fucking parsed it out to some other weak sauce developer. The PS3 orange box was bad. Something about the console versions of Half-Life 2 and all those games back in the day, like, made me motion sick. I don't know if it was the frame rate or what, dude, but I remember Half-Life 2 on the Xbox, like, made me violently ill. Yeah. Yeah, now Sony has all their shit on PC. Which I'm definitely being a more of a champion of PCs for sure. Like I ended up selling my Steam Deck, and it mainly because I'd like to get an ROG Ally. That's one thing, but at the same time, I can play all my games on my PC and just connect it to my TV. And what I didn't like about the Steam Deck is I found it to be really uncomfortable to hold, and the battery life is just garbage, guys. I mean, what's the point of a handheld system if you gotta be tethered to a fucking power source at all times anyways? It's pointless. Like, when you're playing the Switch, especially the OLED Switch, has a really long battery life, dude. I mean, you could rock that motherfucker for 6 hours, easily. But Steam Deck, man, you can barely get 2 hours out of this son of a bitch. It's not... Yeah, I want the ROG Xbox edition, dude. That'd be bad. Oh my god. I was looking at that the other day, actually. But I would really like the ROG. It's not much better in the battery life department, probably not, but... That's what I really like about the Switch, man. It has really good battery life. Yeah, they messed up the battery life on Switch, too. I don't know what they're doing with that. But I heard there's some kind of glitch with it, too. Like, some kind of battery life glitch. So that might be some of it, but you got to remember that the LCDs are not as energy efficient as OLEDs, and I don't know, man, if OLEDs are just hard to work with or what, but once you go OLED, you go right back to LCD is the motto of some of these companies, man. I don't get it. OLED is the best. Yeah, you had a launch Switch, and then you had Switch 2, yeah. When the Switch first came out, that was the only problem I had with it, was the battery life. Come on, give me a pizza, you cocksuckers. Oh, you dick lickers. Oh, no! No! I know there's a pizza coming up here, and I'm gonna fucking end up getting killed before I get it. Or maybe not. Yeah, you gotta go into recovery mode to fix that battery issue. This isn't even a boss, it's like a bunch of stupid enemies that come out of it. It's really weird. It's been so long since I've watched an episode of Turtles, dude. I mean, I can't even tell you even what they're about. I mean, what's that? Krang, I think? I'm surprised I even remember that. Come on, dick licker. Oh. I gotta be honest, like, the Switch 2 sold a lot, but it seems like everybody I talk to is not thrilled with it. I'd like to have one for sure. Oh, come on! Missed that. My brother has Mario Kart World, and honestly, in my opinion, it's kind of a miss. You can't have a game like Mario Kart 8 with 14 million tracks and, you know, 100,000 characters and items and shit, and then go back to, you know, backwards with like 12 tracks, you know, hardly any content. They should have just included all the content of 8 in there too. It's like an unlockable. So there is another Turok game coming out? What's going on with Turok? Isn't there like a Turok Origins or something coming out? If I can just get like 70 more points, I'll get a 1-up. Yeah, Mario Kart boring as fuck, empty world. $80 is crazy work. Yeah, there's that fucking pizza, damn it. Oh, shit. This guy takes forever. Yeah, this guy's a dick licker. If you jump right when you hit the ground, he can't hit you. But you gotta be really quick with it. Yeah, maybe not. Kinda have to space it out too. Yeah, he's gonna beat me. Damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. Come on now. I have a lot of Switch games, but like a lot of my Switch games are downloadable. I have a really big digital library, surprisingly. Because Switch has really good sales. Come on, please. I'm getting too old for this shit. Oh, come on. Man, this guy's health bar is just too massive, dude. This stream is sponsored by Pizza Hut for show. Oh, show. Come on, let's bust. Come on, let's bust. God, it's so hot. I'm sick of this heat. I'm sick of this heat. Here, hold on, guys. One sec. Alright. Close my door a little bit here. I'm surprised nobody's donated for nothing. I'll probably just play this a little bit more for now and then call it. I would like to do a actual ROM stream tomorrow, though. Yeah, I'll get a 1-up here, about 50 enemies. guess you could say it's my score, but really it's a kill count. Aw, the stupid lasers. It looks like they're like holding a fucking... Looks like a penis enlargement pump. Like, what the fuck is that even supposed to be? Like a plunger or a penis enlargement pump? You guys need to calm down, dude. This is one of the hardest parts in the whole game. How many bits do you play Shenmue 3? Nah, I can't. Nothing like that. I won't have that ROM. I don't have that game anymore either. Unless I have it on, unless I have it on Steam, which I don't think I do. I mean, you guys love when I rock that Shenmue, man. Like I said, whatever's donated for tonight, I'm gonna make a list and then I will play them tomorrow. Just everybody remember what's donated for and shit. Coming in here fucking with the Amazon spear and shit. I always thought, even as a kid, like, the Foot Clans, you know, they kind of take care of their people, man, you know what I mean? Like, they at least give you a fucking costume, and, you know, like, most gangs don't even get, you don't even get that. Just wear red, wear blue. That's all you get around here in the West. Whew, man, it's hot. I am not gonna make it to the pizza, unfortunately. I'll play Jaws if it's donated for. Jaws is a terrible game, but they're much worse. See, I think X-Men on the NES is really way up there as one of the worst. I think Deadly Towers is way up there. My dad actually had Deadly Towers back when I was a kid. He was talking about it the other day. He remembers it. Ended up selling it. He called one of those tip hotlines about that game. I remember he was like calling it, like, how do you get off the cliff? And the guys are like, that's the whole game. The game is the cliff. Like, Deadly Towers is horrendous. Like, there are some games that are bad on the NES because they're so old that they came out at the wrong time. Like, Hydlide, yeah, Hydlide's a pretty bad game, but you guys gotta remember, Hydlide is a very old game. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't have been released when it was released. They released that in response to, like, the popularity of Zelda and stuff like that, but that game's no Zelda. But you gotta remember, it's much older than Zelda. So you gotta give Hydlide some credit. You know, same thing with Dragon Warrior. I mean, Dragon Warrior is a good game, but by the time Dragon Warrior came out over here, it's a much older game, and, you know, it looked like shit compared to everything else. I still can't believe they gave Dragon Warrior away for free on Nintendo Power back then. That's crazy. You guys gotta think, like, Nintendo games were expensive as fuck, dude. Now, we're talking, they're like $50 80s money, which is like $100 today money to get an NES game, and they're giving this motherfucking game away for free. And it wasn't like a small game. I mean, Dragon Warrior is a big game. You know, they gave it away for free with Nintendo Power subscription. That's crazy. Yeah, I saw that remake of 1 and 2. I wonder if they're going to keep it the same, like, where you're only going to play as one character in Dragon Warrior 1. Like, they got to be doing something else with it. There's no way they're going to keep it that way. Well, Dragon Warrior 1 is just too simplistic to keep it the way it is. There's just no way. Like, I beat Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 not too long ago. That triple pack that was on the Switch. And actually, I beat all 3. And, Dragon Warrior 1 is just so simple. Oh, thanks, Coconut Manx. Coconut Manx? is gifting one sub to Silent Returns community. It's their first gift. Hell yeah, first gifted sub to the channel. Hell yeah, dude. Gifted tier 1 sub. Cool. I love these little hallmarks. You guys are here for my beginning of my Twitch career. Like when this shit like takes off, you guys will be the ones that were here in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And my Twitch is doing pretty well. I mean, considering I don't, you know, I stream randomly and everything else, so that's cool. Oh, shit. I just need to do it more. I need to stream more often. See, it's almost better to kick into the guy and then jump straight up than to go back and forth. If you go back and forth, it gives him an opportunity to hit you. Playing this on my computer here on RetroArch, it feels like the Cowabunga collection has a little bit of input lag in it. Because this is just a lot more snappy than it is on Cowabunga collection. But those collections always have input lag for some fucking reason. I don't really understand the gifted sub thing. You guys have to explain that to me. I don't really understand that stuff. This is where I stopped playing on the Switch. I don't think I've used a continue yet, have I? Oh shit. Suck it down. I was watching a retrospective of Duke Nukem today, and I didn't realize that total meltdown on PS1 was like the unedited Duke Nukem game, which is cool, but the game runs so bad that, you know, it kind of takes the wind out of your sails. Like the N64 version is actually fun. It has different weapons and stuff, but it's very edited. But it has some cool stuff in it, like Duke Burger and all kinds of shit. I just don't understand, like, why blowing someone to smithereens with a grenade is somehow okay, but a pair of titties is not okay. Like, I'm just... Even my kid brain could not understand that. Titties? No. Blowing people to bits? Totally fine. It's a very strange world we live in. I'm kicking ass, boy! I watched Django Unchained again the other day. Man, that movie is so awesome. Django kicks ass. I have a hard time saying if I like Django or Inglourious Basterds better. I probably like Django, dude, because honestly, as much as I like Inglourious Basterds, I'm just not into subtitles that much. A gifted sub is a 1-month subscription to your channel, which has been gifted to one of your viewers by... Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. That's very nice of him to do that. I appreciate that, guys. I'm quite the pain in the ass, so for you guys to stick by me, I appreciate it. Can't bring my ass anywhere. This is where the game just cuts out, like, all semblance of reality here, and then just throws giant white tigers at you for no fucking reason. I say that when there's giant turtles walking around. Ain't no reality in this situation. She got handed to the White Tigers for a quick sale. Dude, I wish there was a place called... I wish there was a place where you could fuck green-eyed fucking Japanese girls or green-eyed Chinese girls called the White Tiger. I'd go there. If I could own one complete collection, what system would it be? It'd be PS1. I don't have to even think about that. PS1 all day, son. God damn, these guys were easy before. I'm getting my ass kicked. Yeah, I would definitely have PS1. That'd be a big-ass collection, too. Fuck you! PS1 or NES for me, yeah, that's... NES would be, financially, probably the one to do, because it's so expensive. So is PS1. This game store I go to near me, this guy had a fucking graded copy of Stadium Events for like $25,000 or something. I can't remember. It was so expensive. I came in the other day, and me and him, like, I'm kind of close with him. I get deals and stuff, and he knows me. And his Stadium Events was gone. I'm like, what happened to it? And he fucking traded it for fucking goddamn sculptor's cut of goddamn Clay Fighter and a not-for-resale copy of Majora's Mask. I was like, dude, both of those games are rare, yeah, but you had Stadium Events, bro. I'm like, both of those games does not equal Stadium Events. Because I came in, he's like, I made a good deal, didn't I? I was just like, bro, I'm sorry to tell you, but I really don't think you did. And he's trying to explain to me, yeah, but with this, and hold the 5 and carry over the 1, and if you do this, then it makes a good deal. Because he was just getting tired of having Stadium Events and looking at it. He wanted something different. I get it, but I'm like, bro, you got had, son. And the copy of Sculptor's Cut didn't even look that great. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I like the design of PS1. The PS1 that would be with the screen. Oh yeah, dude, that was a great little device. For sure. For sure. I always wanted that. I want my own little personal PS1. The PS1 we had when I was a kid was kind of finicky too. Like, it would kind of freeze and stuff depending on the games and shit. And the early models would like overheat. You had to put them upside down. PS2s were really finicky too with blueback discs. But when you have those systems around a bunch of kids, they get dirty and stuff. I think, now what do you guys think is the most ugliest game system? I honestly think the original PS2 is ugly as fuck. Like, I never liked that. That thing was always strange looking to me. I thought like the redid system, like the PS2 Slim, I think is really nice. But I hated like the way the PS2 looked like when it first came out. And 32X, I mean, the little side systems are goofy looking too, but PS5's also ugly. Uh-oh. I don't even know what's going on with this guy. This guy's gonna beat my ass. Uh-oh. That's gonna be my downfall. Jesus Christ! Oh, this might be the end. Shit. What the fuck? Pretty much just have to, like, avoid him when his head's going everywhere here. This guy's trying to give me some head. I think the OG PS3 is actually pretty cool looking. I mean, it's just so big and fucking crazy. This guy's a fucking cocksucker. How are you supposed to deal with this? There has to be a trick to this. This is nuts. Nah, it's done. Everything's done. Yeah, the Atari Jaguar CD does look like a toilet. For sure. Alright, guys. It's so hot in my room right now. I'm going to, I want to save it for now. I'll come back to this, and I'll do some more streaming tomorrow and stuff, but man, it's just like 1,000 degrees in this room and shit, and I can do maybe do a little bit of talking, maybe chill for a second and talk for a couple minutes. I don't know how. See, those beat 'em up games like that, dude. I always kind of run into that you'll just get to a boss or something that's completely impossible. There's one actor that I always got confused with the actor that played Casey Jones. I used to always get confused with like one of them CSI guys or something. I'm just like, is that the guy that played Casey Jones? But the guy that played Casey Jones was different in the movies anyways, wasn't he? I think Casey Jones, the guy played Casey Jones in the first one, and then he didn't in the other ones. What was the last concert? It was Alice Cooper. Dreamcast was a finicky system. But I tell you what, if you told me back in the day that you could burn CDs on the Dreamcast and play your own discs on that shit, dude, I would have had every goddamn game on that son of a bitch. I had no idea you could do that. That's crazy. Same thing with the Sega CD, you can do that. Your opinion on John Cena's heel turn? I don't follow wrestling, guys. I don't see John Cena as a heel. He always seemed more. He's a baby face. Ugh. I'll see you, Sonic. You guys ever listen to the Iron Sheik? The Iron Sheik used to be on the Howard Stern show. He was crazy. And they asked him, Howard Stern asked him one time what he thought of Andre the Giant. He's like, fuck Iron Giant! He's a cocksucker! He's a baby face! I'm the heel! I'm the bad guy, I'm the heel! He's the baby face, and he would never sign autographs! He cocksucker, sucking son of a bitch! And, like, he was crazy, dude. Iron Sheik was funny as fuck. He lived for a long time, though. As far as wrestlers go, Iron Sheik lived a pretty long life. Now, what's one system that failed that you guys think that you guys have a soft spot for? Like, honestly, dude, like I think the TurboGrafx is awesome. TurboGrafx has an awesome game selection. I think Sega CD has a lot of good stuff too. Sega Saturn, but in Japan. Like, the Americans got screwed on the Sega Saturn. I mean, it's no wonder it flopped. You know, they give these delicate tissue paper fucking plastic cases that just fucking disintegrated into dust just by looking at them. And half the best games never came out over here. But yeah, Sega Saturn has some good stuff. I feel like TurboGrafx is the best though, dude. Like, if I don't even remember seeing it for sale on any shelves or anything as a kid. Like, where were people buying their fucking TurboGrafx back in the day, dude? Like, my game store never had any of those games for rent. Like, I mean, I never seen them for sale at Walmart. I mean, I vividly remember this stuff, and I never seen that stuff. And it was only in video game magazines that I seen, like, the TurboGrafx and stuff. It's really strange. ColecoVision, bias because that's your first system. What? How old are you, Foot Clan, Master Shredder? If you don't ask me, if you don't mind me asking. Because that ColecoVision, that remark might have dated you a little bit. Yes, I did see that artwork, man. That's fucking awesome. You're very talented, dude. 40s, yeah. I'm getting up there. I'll be joining you pretty soon. Now, my buddy, like, gifted me an Atari back in the day, and I loved it. Like, graphics have never meant anything to me, dude. Like, I had a Super Nintendo, but I played an equal amount of the NES as I did Super Nintendo. It didn't mean anything to me. And if I had ColecoVision, I probably would have played it, but I just don't really think that ColecoVision differentiated itself enough from Atari for me to really, you know, give a fuck about. That's why a lot of, you know, of Atari games, and they're not going up in value, because these games, they're just, you know, people don't really care to really collect this stuff. They're just like pick up and play for 5-minute games. Yeah, the Atari 50 collection is pretty good, and I had it, but I sold it. But you have to buy these add-on packs in order to really make it anything great. There's like 2 add-on packs for it. I like adventure. What's that? What's it? Kaboom or whatever with the bombs, and you have the trackball. That's one of the best games. I think Arkanoid is really fun. Holds up. River Raid was fun for like 10 minutes, and then it just kind of repeated itself. I like Reservoir Dogs, but I've just kind of overdone it with that movie. Yeah, Breakout. My favorite old school Atari game, arcade game, is Smash TV. I think that's as fun. I love the dual stick. I love it. I love Smash TV. Were you working at GameStop when they were selling the Engage? You know, I might have been, but we didn't sell it there. We didn't have the games either. I don't think. I don't remember. I don't think so. Yeah, Michael Madsen died. See, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, if you had an Engage back then, as a phone and had Doom on it, it would have been pretty cool. Dude, my buddy would like have a calculator and put games on a calculator and shit. Alright, guys. Yeah, Michael Madsen. Alright, guys, I'm gonna hit it. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow and shit, so I'll be here. If you guys haven't subbed, make sure you sub. I'm going to be streaming more often. So, appreciate you guys. You guys are kick-ass. You guys take care. This has been a fun stream. Hell yeah, guys. You guys have a great night. Thank you guys for being there for me. I'll see you guys.